So these numbers right here, 295 versus 426. Okay, so that's a 30% drop in stock-based compensation from first half of last year to first half of this year. That's number one. Okay, so far
That's
so
pretty
good.
good, you would say, right?
That's pretty good. That's a good thing. Now, also look at this thing here, right? So these are the allocations of the stock-based comp, which is not cash flow. This is not cash flow. This is just accounting. So these are the allocations of stock-based comp. Okay, if you reallocate it and you take it out, you remove it from gross profit, from cost of revenue, you remove it from sales and marketing, R&D, and G&A. Basically, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to show you right now live how it's going to look like. So you have 295 million, right? 295 million of stock-based compensation that's embedded into this thing right here. Cool. So loss from operation is 81 million, right? So far so good.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So let's do 295 million minus 81 million. So that's 214 million of operating profit without stock-based comp. Okay? With 900 million of revenue. So you have 214 over 920.
705.
That's a 23%,
Yeah.
23% operating margin.
Yes.
So without stock-based comp, this is a 23% operating margin company. Now it's not, I'm not saying it is. It's not a 23% operating margin company because they have so much stock-based comp. Okay. And this is where things get a little bit murky. So you just saw that, right? Okay. Now let's unshare the screen and I'll keep talking some more since I want to make the point here. So you just saw if you neutralize stock-based comp, 23% operating margin. Okay. But you choose to give out 300 million this quarter, 300 million 300 million this semester, whatever, right? Hit first half of the year, and then probably another 300 for the next half of the year. So there's going to be $600 million of stock-based compensation, which is basically dilution, right?
Yes.
So all this dilution is coming out of your pocket, my pocket, whatever, to pay for these new employees. Now, if you look at the cost structure, R&D is down, G&A is flat. The only thing that went up by 10% is sales and marketing. So all of this money is going to salespeople. Make no mistakes about it. This 300 million is all going to sales, to new salespeople. Okay, so new salespeople are getting paid all this massive SBC. Good. Okay, cool. It's eating away into what seems to be a very good operating margin. 23% for Palantir is good. So it's absolutely annihilating US GAAP profitability. It's annihilating operating margin. It's basically causing this whole shitstorm. Without SBC, Palantir is basically, it doesn't miss every single quarter. But with SBC, they miss 3 quarters in a row. Okay, so that's the question now. Okay, you give out all this SBC, and I always said in my videos, SBC is not bad. It's not a bad thing, but the assumption is that management does not give it away to bozos. Okay? If management gives it away to bozos, it's absolutely a horrible thing. If
Yes.
they know who to give it to, then it's a good thing.
Yes.
So now let's figure out if they give it to good people, right? So look at this quarter, and I was like, okay, so net dollar retention down 5%. Acceleration, right? It was 124% net dollar retention Q1 down to 119% Q2. So 5% reduction in net dollar retention. For a SaaS company that's chasing the likes of Snowflake with about 180% of net dollar retention, you're going in the opposite direction, my guy. You went from 124, which is still a long ways away from a Snowflake, to 119. How the fuck are you losing net dollar retention? For those of you who are not familiar with that, net dollar retention is basically how much of an upsell you have to existing clients.
I think that's what this comment is saying right here, right? You're basically on the same line with them.
What?
Y'all are ignoring the biggest red flag, net NRRR. That's what you're talking about, net dollar retention.
Yes.
You're talking about the same thing right now, right?
Yeah. So exactly. So I didn't even see the comment, but ever since I posted, we have 260 people in the chat. Cool. So basically, so net dollar retention is how much more money your client is spending. Okay. So if your net dollar retention is 100, it means that your client is spending the exact same thing, right? 100 means you're spending the exact same thing. 120, $1.20, whatever, right? So you're coming down from 124 to 119. So how the fuck did you pay all these salespeople an exuberant amount of money that absolutely annihilated gap profitability, diluted everybody, destroyed Wall Street consensus, preventing from institutional investors from getting into this company, and they're losing net dollar retention.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that you know this, but how do we have a deceleration in commercial growth? How do we have deceleration in US commercial growth? On top of the existing deceleration in government growth, which is kind of a given at this point. So how is everything, the growth is decelerating across the board? And still, net retention is coming down. And we're giving out $600 million over 12 months in fucking stock-based compensation. So that tells me that management is hiring idiots to run its sales.
But
Simple.
commercial rev is, what do you mean by deaccelerating given
Pull
you've
up
got
the presentation.
the
Pull up the
presentation?
presentation. Yes, the presentation. And on the presentation, scroll down. Okay, financials, numbers don't lie. Okay, let's look at the numbers. Okay, like, hold on. Okay, first of all, this shit. Gross margins for a SaaS business is always 80%. Why are we seeing this, bro? Who cares? It's servers. It's always 80% for any SaaS business. Go look it up, bro. In fact, you're actually declining, if anything. But whatever, it's pointless slide. Gross margin for a SaaS business is meaningless. It's pointless. It means nothing. Okay. I'm not even about to make that point. That's kind of a given. Okay. Now we're getting to the interesting part. Okay. Look at this. Commercial growth. Okay, so far so good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Commercial growth. Let's do it. Okay. So Q2 2021 grew by 28%. Great. Then Q3 2021, we accelerated to 37%. Amazing. Then Q4 of last year accelerated to 47%. Wow. Q1 this year accelerated to 54%. Even better, right? And then this quarter, decelerating back to 46%. So trend wise, your growth is decelerating. Now,
Yeah.
that shouldn't happen at this stage of the life cycle of the company. This isn't some fucking Apple, bro. This foundry business, the commercial business, is a startup. It's supposed to be ramping up, going faster and faster and faster. It should never go backwards like this. There's absolutely no reason for this, for unless something isn't clicking. I know the product is good, so I can only assume that the salespeople are fucking up and not delivering. And look at this shit right here. Bread and butter. This is their bread and butter, bro. US commercial. This is where Palantir excels every single time, right? 90%, 103%, 132%, 160%. Boom. All of a sudden, this quarter, minus 16% on our growth. Growing 16% slower. On the bread and butter. Why? I mean, this isn't anything recessionary or inflationary. This is like cybersecurity. This is high level B2B business for Fortune 500 companies. None of this has any impact to gas prices or fucking inflation or recession. Like, this is enterprise software at the
Do,
highest
do you
level.
think companies aren't trying? Palantir is a
Wait,
discretionary
I'm not
product.
done yet.
They're not
We're not even talking about that. 66, 34, 26, 16, 13. I don't even care about government that much. But I mean, even that is decelerating from 66 to now. This is like, for two reasons I don't care. Reason number one, this is seasonal, and we're probably going to see Q3, Q4 improvement. And number two, who cares, bro? It's the government business. It's fucking old news. It's just a fucking. It's there to give it extra pizzazz while the commercial. So I don't. But it's just another. It's just kind of another problem. It's like whenever you look, it's just deceleration everywhere, and you're giving up so much stock-based comp, and you're hiring all these hotshots of salespeople. I have no problem giving out some. You and I are paying for this, bro, for this 300 million. Let's be clear about it, right? So we're paying for all these hotshot salespeople to come in and basically break the fucking industry, and they're fucking decelerating growth at this stage before they're even profitable. I mean, you cannot decelerate growth before you even hit profitability. It just fucking it tells me that the sales team is absolutely failing. And then I look at the CEO and the founder that's absolutely is has this culture of, yeah, the product is going to sell itself. Our client hate us. It doesn't matter. We're just going to fucking keep selling it because it's the best thing to sell bread. Nobody can compete with us. So he's trickling down this fucking culture to what seems to be an absolute fucking disaster of a sales team. And now, just to remind you that what's going to happen when they have to overhaul the entire sales team? More stock-based comp, like ramped up stock-based comp. Great, bro. Come on.
Hmm.
See what I'm saying here now?
Yeah. Do you give them any credit that it's in a different macroeconomic environment? They're still able to put up 470 million because people don't need Palantir. Like it's at the end of the day, it is a luxury product.
No, that is not. That is not a luxury product. No, 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 no.
You,
This is
as a business, you can get away with a cheaper version of Foundry, and there's companies that offer that. That's my point.
no. That's the whole problem. The shit that they build. Look at the stuff we did with the Code Strap. The shit that they build in house are more expensive than Foundry to build and to maintain. Foundry is a cheaper, faster way to
Yeah,
build.
but like at the end of the day, it is a way to optimize your business via data driven decision making. It's not like you need like Salesforce. You need a Salesforce in your business, like that the CRM software. You need it. You don't literally like
I
for them.
doubt it that you can say that this is a discretionary product. The more the environment becomes competitive, the more it gets recessionary, the more companies are trying to find creative ways to increase their profitability, bro. I mean, there's less money to go around, people are spending less, and you have a solution that basically allows you to scratch money from
My point is, I agree with you that the sales team sucks at making it seem like it's not discretionary. It seems like that's the issue going on. Like if businesses aren't buying it,
no, it's not about that. It's a deeper problem. I'll explain. So I'm not an expert. I wish we had Dominic here because he actually sells enterprise software. So if Dominic was here, he would have told you that. But again, my limited layman expertise in dealing with this crap. With when you're selling software like enterprise software, there's a lot of politics that goes into that shit, bro. There's so much relationship based sales that happen, so much network based sales that happen. And if you don't have the network, if you don't have the relationships, you're not even going to get through the door to even showcase your fucking product, bro. It's a completely different sales process than to governments. That's what Alex Karp keeps missing. He talks about, well, look, nobody likes us in the government. They still have to buy from us. Yes, but that's government, but it doesn't work like this in the commercial sector. It just doesn't. You have to create relationships, and I mean, you should have hired people who are able to open doors, because the numbers tell me that you hired people who couldn't open doors enough, and that's the sad part about it.
yeah.
And I'm getting upset again. I need to. Can we put on some John Legend? I need to feel something.
So how did you rationalize not pulling a Sasha and selling the whole fucking like? Why are you not selling? Is your
Somebody says everything money didn't mention your name today. I'm not beefing with them anymore. Maybe that's why. I have no beef with them I'm done beefing with everything money. So no issues.
I'm everything Palantir till the death of me.
And I'm not I think it's look,
Why aren't you selling?
I'm not selling, but they're on my shit list. They're on my watch list right now. I'm not happy with the last 2 quarters, and I'm not gonna sell, but I am definitely gonna be. I want to see. Look, they have a terrific product, terrific platform. The management isn't executing for whatever reason, right? The difference between an idea and a fucking business is execution. So I'm going to be watching this management to see what they do with the sales team, what they do with the go-to-market strategy, what they do with fucking the arrogance and the absolute fucking cultural misunderstanding of enterprise. I want to see if management gets their shit together, because if they can't get the shit together, they're going to drive this business into the ground. It's going to be very unfortunate, but I'm not going to be there to fucking participate in that. So I'm going to give them another 6 months to a year to see if they can fix it. But if I can't see the culture and the management execution getting fixed, I'm going to reconsider my position. But I'm staying in right now as it stands, and I'm going to give him more time.